relationships would be easier if people actually followed the rules. So here it is, the unspoken rule book everyone keeps breaking. 10 rules that could actually save your love life. Rule number 1, communicate, not just when you're bored. Rule number 2, good morning texts don't count as effort. Rule number 3, trust is earned, not auto-downloaded. Rule number 4, if you're unhappy, talk, don't cheat. Rule number 5, don't make your partner guess what's wrong. It's a relationship, not a pop quiz. Rule number 6, jealousy isn't love. It's insecurity wearing perfume. Rule number 7, support their dreams, not just their selfies. Rule number 8, love isn't about ownership. It's about partnership. Rule number 9, don't compare. What you see online is a highlight reel, not reality. Rule number 10, and the most important one, love yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty heart. Relationships aren't about perfection. They're about progress, honesty, and two people choosing each other every single day. So yeah, follow the rules, or at least stop breaking your own heart. Follow for more love rules people should have learned before dating.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Unspoken, the podcast, and my name is Zado Kadile. And today we'll be talking about building bridges, cultivating positive values for relationships. And I'm sure from the clip you've watched, you've seen some, tips on what to do and not what to do. But as usual, I don't come alone. I come with my group, I come with my team. Where we give you our own views, our contributions, what we think is practical, and how we believe you can apply it to your life, whether it be your romantic, work life, or just life in general, because these rules don't just apply to just the romantic side of things. So I'll let them do the honors.
My name is Mdoka Chukuma. Thanks for bringing me on again.
Welcome, sir.
My name is Teju Joanna Tialubi, and I'm happy to be here as always.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Yes. So, sir, from the video now, which of the rules do you agree with, and which ones don't you agree with?
Well, I agree with all of them totally.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to say that it's a hard work. Relationship is a hard work. So you must work hard at it. And it doesn't just, beautiful things doesn't just happen. You must work on yourself, and also you must be patient. If you must get something really, good from people, you must be patient dealing with them. Some of them are not just, they're not just bad, If you're not patient, you may throw away something beautiful.
So maybe for some people, they take time to blossom?
Yes, yes.
So,
for instance, I like speaking from the Bible because those people lived in real time like we do, and Bible gave us everything, about the Paul was a great man, right? Paul the apostle. And after the first missionary journey, as they were about to go for the second one, John Mark wanted to go with them. And to him, it wasn't a good idea, because along the way, the first time he went back. But Barnabas thought it's a good idea to pick John Mark. And that disagreement, separated them. Paul went his way with Silas, while Barnabas took John Mark. Now, in the later days of his life, he now wrote and said, please send me John Mark. He is useful to me in the ministry. What if Barnabas never did that job, took time, was patient to nurture? As a matter of fact, theologians told us that John Mark was the first to write the gospel. The gospel of John Mark was the first gospel written. Others took leave from him. Just imagine what a good vessel that would have been thrown away, if not that Barnabas was patient to walk with him. Okay, so I mean, if we want to get something good, we must be patient. Some people are not just bad, but I'm not just saying that you should be swallowing what people are throwing at you because you want the relationship to be okay. No. If someone throws trash at you, you shouldn't take it. Okay? Somebody said, he who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool. He who knows not and knows that he knows not but is afraid or ashamed or proud to know is worse than a fool. He who knows not and knows that he knows not and is willing to know is a child. Teach him. So now, he who knows and knows that he knows is wise. Follow him. But what I'm trying to say is that if the person wants to know, if the person is willing to learn, he's a child. Do you get that?
Yes.
But that someone you are in a relationship, whether it's a love or workplace or whatever, if the person is throwing trash at you and I'm not saying you should do what you should do. Sometimes you will give it I'm sorry to say you should,
Aura for aura.
Yeah. There's a way you do things, you put people in their place. Yeah, you don't just take it. Okay? So, but all I'm saying in essence is that patience is very important in relationship. Some people do what they do because they think it is right. Some do what they do because it's just who they are. Some do what they do because they misjudged you. Do you understand? So now, if you're able to he's doing this because he did not understand me, I will be patient. Oh, he's doing this because he believes it is the right thing to do. I will try to let you know that I don't think, do you understand? I will show you but that you are doing it, that is who you are. Okay.
All right. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry for taking...
No. It's better you explain because now I'm coming to her now.
Yeah.
In this woke generation, love who loves you.
Exactly.
Support who support you.
Day for who, day for
Day for who, day for you. Block everybody. Create boundaries.
No negative vibe.
Would you say that it is the loss or misinterpretation of these rules that is affecting us as a society? That we're beginning to lose that empathy, where we seem to be connected, but we're all distant from each other.
I was having this discussion earlier, and I think we're going to come back to it. This Seun Kuti drama with Whiskey FC. We'll come back to that. But I think this Gen Z generation down, they are offshoots from the previous generation, and most of their characters, their traits, is usually centered, or most of their traits are centered around them trying not to accept the excesses of the previous generation. We millennials, they call us Momo because we don't like speaking out. We tolerate a lot of excesses from older generations. Some of these older generations will say, Agba lo ma nre omo kekere je. They say all sorts of things. They disrespect you and they expect you to keep quiet. They lord their feelings, their desires over you. For example, if a child wants to read medicine or wants to become a footballer, and the father says, no, you have to do medicine or else I'm not going to train you. Gen Z, we say, to hell with your money. I want to go after my passion, my dream. I cannot look at 20 years from now. I don't want to live with regret. So, daddy, take your money, to hell with you. They go out there and they go and thrive and they come back and the parents will start, praising them for the same thing that we suffered for. And we, in our generation, we would not dare to say, I don't want my parents to disown me. So we did not live our truth. And so for some of us, we lived in regret. Not me. But for some of our generation, they lived in regret. And this Gen Z is saying, I don't want to look back later in my years and come and say, oh, if I don't know, so I'm going to be rude. If it means cutting people off, but in attempt to do that, they become extreme. They no longer value these traits, characters that make for good relationship. You understand? And it's affecting them on the long run. You see a lot of them always complaining of mental health. If you look at the people who suffer from mental health issues most, it is these young Gen Zs. In fact, amongst them, you see young people with high blood pressure diseases, and you're wondering, 20s, you see them, they have drugs problem, and you're wondering, what is going on? How are these people, having these kind of issues? It's because they've kind of groomed themselves to isolate themselves because they don't have that value system that makes them to nurture relationship. And so they always find themselves isolated. Like he said, they don't have patience. If there is one thing Gen Z lacks, it's patience, tolerance. How dare you talk to me like that? Oh, why not you be calm? And then later on you say, guy, the tone you used to talk to me then was okay. I had a friend of mine that we were just gisting, and he was like, oh, your tone sounds somehow, what's going on? I said, I'm just tired, I'm a little bit weak. Oh, and I said, okay, can I get you parfait? I know you like parfait. And I said, oh, no problem. He offered to get me parfait. So when he said I was not looking at time, pay umati koja, shebi ben loni wo ye ko ti wan bi, not knowing that he had been around about 30 minutes earlier, sent a message on WhatsApp. He didn't deliver, and he was wondering what's going on. Me, I didn't know network seized on my phone. I mean, I was waiting. So after he waited, he now said, okay, let him call mobile. He now called mobile. Are you on call? He snapped, like, are you on call? That I have been here waiting since, and I just said, I'm coming. In my mind, I was like, now you offer to buy me parfait, like, if it were to be a Gen Z normally, because if I carry your parfait, they get out. You will not go. Because of parfait, they para for me, So when I got there, I was like, what happened? And I said, oh, that was just one of his younger siblings just coming at him. I said, so is that why you should transfer aggression? He was now apologizing that he's sorry and everything. Because it was unlike him. You understand? So that patience is what they don't have. Tolerance, mutual respect. Okay, why you say that you don't want someone to disrespect you when you are arguing with someone else? Do you disrespect them? No matter the provocation, don't be quick to disrespect someone else. Address the issue. Separate the actions from the person. Gen Z does not. In fact, they were abuse. Your mama go collect. Everybody go collect. Your unborn children go collect. It shouldn't be. You can't insult my mama and my unborn children, and you expect me to still be friends with you. That mental health go disturb you.
All right.
So I think that's the reason why this generation, we have issues with maintaining relationships, either platonic relationship or, romantic relationship.
Okay, but there's something that's been of concern to me majorly, and I think it's the lack of accountability of people avoiding to be accountable to other people. Now, I don't know if you want to speak on that, sir, because both ways, you see, people want you to be accountable to them, but they don't want to be accountable to you. They feel like, especially with the current generation, with the older generation, because with the older generation, even when people offend you, they just apologize. No, you don't just tell me you're sorry. You are sorry. Why? I believe an apology should be complete. Where you say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. I would have. Next time, I intend to handle it.
You are
better.
even lucky that they say, I'm sorry. They will say, I did. You are being too sensitive. So sorry, but I did not mean it the way you.
Yeah.
You are
gaslighting me now.
You are very lucky if they say I am sorry.
That's not. That apology is not accepted.
Even
if I will take the apology from a person, I will distance myself away from that person because that person is going to be gaslighting me.
Yeah. Now we are talking about why relationships are not being sustained.
Yeah.
Because people find it hard to own up to their actions. They rather prefer to, like you said, gaslight.
Yeah.
You understand?
In fact, you can even say, oh, I'm sorry, I did it. But
Some
do you
people would
understand?
rather use basket to drain water from bar beach than to tell you, I'm sorry, I did
I'm
it.
sorry,
They'll just
I
use-
was,
They'll use,
I wasn't
they'll use
at my,
Ogboju.
you know.
Ogboju?
They will not, and then I just feel we all owe each other that sense, that accountability, and that's the reason why the society is damaged. Because tell me why somebody will own 1,000 houses, because it's just madness.
Yeah.
Then you just read in the pages of newspaper, they just seize 1,000 house from somewhere. They'll be like, okay, I'm trying to understand. If he decides to give one house each to everybody in his clan, how many they be? Why would you have 1,000 houses in your name? And then you begin to, begin to think that deep, that they must really be struggling with mental illness, because that's the only way you can explain it. Now, that same lack of accountability is the reason why I do not care whose horse is God. I would just disrespect. I would go all out, because I just feel respect is reciprocal.
Yep.
In as much as I wouldn't want to be disrespected, I would not disrespect anyone on purpose.
Yeah.
And if one feels I am being disrespectful, I would rather just, I am sorry. I'll apologize and then try to
Explain.
clarify
Yeah.
that, I did not mean it there. I was just trying to explain to you my own point of view. I'm sorry that sometimes I'm this kind of person that when I speak, my enunciations can be emphasizing on certain words.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean I am shouting.
And sometimes, maybe you're not in a good mood, and you own up. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me give
I
you
wasn't
guys
in
this.
a good mood.
Let me
I was
give
having
you guys
issues.
this gist. There is this circle of friends, like 4 in number. I'm like the silent friend to 2 people in that circle of friends.
Okay.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So I'm like this. Okay, 4 of them are friends with one another.
Yeah.
But me, I'm a silent friend to 2 people. So the other 2 people don't really know me, except they've heard about me. But the other 2, I interact with them. So I most times, major issues around their friendship, I'm aware, right? Okay. So the 3 guys, 1 girl. Okay. So one of the girl and one of the guys, they're having like, an affair and all of that. So they had an issue openly, and the girl disrespected the guy in the presence of his 2 other friends. The 2 other friends were mad. Now, the one that is also my friend, the guy in relationship is my friend. The other one, too, is also my friend. So the other one that's also my friend was there, was upset, but did not say anything. The other guy that is not my friend amongst them was upset and blasted
The lady.
the lady. The lady kept quiet, but she... So where I'm going to is, the lady borrowed him ring lights to snap. They went on vacation, so the lady borrowed him ring lights and everything, and so he misplaced the ring lights. So the lady was... So the lady was like, can you please refund me? So you that and funny enough, he had forgotten how he blasted the girl. But the girl that was blasted remembered that she was blasted,
Of
you
course
know.
she will.
And so she was like, where is my ring light? I don't care. You have to produce my ring light. And the guy was like, okay, send me your account detail. Blah, blah, blah. So the girl was like, it's not even about the money, but your attitude, you know. And so the guy was like, did the question, exclamation, tagged the account number and put exclamation mark. Like, girl, can you just send me your
account details?
The girl went all... Don't you ever in your life... You know, where am I going to? If someone had told her that, she wouldn't have taken it too.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect people and expect them to respect you, no matter the provocation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it is more or less a situation of them lacking the values they even want to see in others.
Okay.
Most people would want to be friends with good people, but they themselves are not really good.
Yeah.
So they just want someone who will tolerate their excesses, baby them through their emotions, you know, and that is like a parasitic relationship, because good people too want good relationship.
Sure.
So today they tolerate, tomorrow they tolerate, next tomorrow, now then themselves go need mental health evaluation.
No. So since we all want good values,
Yeah.
we all want our friends to be nice people,
Yeah.
and we're not being nice to them. So how do the nice ones now try to even things out? Because you're being nice and you're empathetic, you know, everybody expects you to take the rubbish that comes from them. Now, when you decide to create that boundary, decide to create that wall now, you seem like the bad person. So what would you advise that understanding friend, that empathetic person, what would you advise them to do?
You want me to go? Okay. For me, I think I've always said it here. I understand these people's perspective when they say good girl, not they pay. I don't want to say good girl. I want to say good people should stop being naive.
Okay.
And they should stop being unnecessarily tolerant, because at the end of the day, it affects their own personality. If they're not careful, they'll begin to put up facades, characters that are not originally theirs, just to protect themselves from the constant hurts.
Yeah.
You know? So good people should stop making themselves dumping ground for bad people with bad behaviors. Say the no. I know it's hard for good people to say no, even when it's uncomfortable for them. They want to be good, they are empathetic, they're more considerate about what the person is going through. But please say the no. If it's not convenient for you, say the no. You know, empathy is so much important. Some people talk about emotional intelligence, but I've come to realize that not only is emotional intelligence important, emotional maturity is even much more important. For example, if as your friend, or as is my friend, for example, and I tell him, oh, I have this guy, he's always coming to me, but he snaps at me sometimes and I don't like his tone. And you're like, no, that guy does not respect you. Don't go out with him. But this guy buys me stuff and everything, and I don't already love up, and you know, and I cannot tell him that I have loved up and everything. So anytime he asks me how far, but I just use something else to cover the gist. So one day I'm at the mall with my friends, and this guy comes around and like, you didn't tell me you were going to the mall. When did you start moving mad like this? Get inside my car, or the relationship is over. Like, and I'm like, oh my God. And I go home, I'm like, can you imagine what that rubbish guy did to me? With his maturity, he will allow me finish and pamper my feelings and emotions, and later I will now come here. Did I not tell you? But you see, where this generation lacks empathy, they will begin to mock you right there where you are down. Not just mock you, your matter will end up for status. Who wants to be friends with that kind of person, where my mistakes, my feelings are not safe with you? Do you understand? So I think that's one of the problems we have with this. They don't know when to scold. They don't know when to laugh. Like, I'm a playful person, things don't get to me. But when I'm down, don't try to laugh me, because I feel bite your head. Don't dare it, you know. Then later you can now mock. Even me myself will mock myself. Do you get, you know? Hey. But this generation, they come for you when you are down, go. I don't know where they get these memes from. They don't know where they get it from. You go see some memes that this your blood go to boil. And you know, they have these comments, you know. They have this bad, you know. Do you people have friends at all?
Most of them, they behave like they are sadistic people. I think some of them get on seeing other people feel bad. Okay, we'll be going on a short break, but I would want you to give your view on this. Accountability. How key is it from the previous generation to the current generation?
It's very important, okay? Like she rightly said, I want to say that you can't bypass it. I should be able to, you know, be accountable. And the person I'm dealing with, if you are not, I'll have to, you know, cut you off. I won't be a dumping ground. You won't disrespect me. In as much as I will preach, you know, all the...
Yeah, but they will look at you that you are the one preaching. You know, we should have love, we should have compassion, you know, there's long suffering.
I want to say that I've grown.
We
There
should
was a time I
we should
was...
practice long suffering.
There was time I was like that, but I've grown.
But you know, these days, some people don't like to use the word patience now. They will call it long suffering.
Yeah, yeah.
We should, you know, show those habits. Those are fruits of the Spirit, you know?
Like the quote like I said,
Yes, sir.
He who knows not, and knows not that he knows not, and is willing is a baby, teach him. But he who knows not, and knows not that he knows not, is a fool. He who knows not, and knows that he knows not, but is proud to ask to be taught, is wasn't a fool. The person will tear you down. The Bible says, don't cast your peels
Before pigs.
before pigs. They will trample it. You know, we should be kind, give it any name, partake, blah, 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 blah. But then, if someone, you put the person in
Just
the person's
before we
place,
go
you
for
call
the break,
person.
I want to add that, remember last week we were talking about how Nigerians don't know how to undo criticism.
Yeah.
Accountability is for you to know how to deliver that criticism. See, for me, if I have not complimented you, I would never criticize you.
Yes.
I won't. So how do you keep criticizing somebody and you expect the person to take it and you now say you don't know how to take criticism?
I learned something from someone.
Yes, sir.
He said, never criticize what or a person you never complimented.
Don't.
Okay? I learned something. Just, you must look for something that you will, okay? Then anything you are bringing in, the person will receive it.
I will.
So you didn't say anything good about me.
Hey.
And you're just all the,
And they will now come and say, you are not too big to be criticized. Take it.
No,
The person saying it, he himself, just give him one criticism, he go shut down.
We'll continue on this line of thought when we'll come back from the break.
Healthy relationship and an unbreakable bond. These are the 7 relationship values you need to keep in mind. And these are the exact values that me and my fiance have used to build our drama-free relationship over the last 6 years. Number 1 is trust. No healthy relationship can exist without trusting each other. 2 is honesty. You need to be truthful because as soon as you lie, both honesty and trust go out the window. 3 is empathy. You need to have the emotional capacity to feel the emotions your partner is feeling. And number 4 is compassion, which goes hand in hand with empathy. You not only need to feel the emotions they're feeling, but you need to be willing and able to support them through those emotions. 5 is communication. Nothing can be resolved or moved forward without talking about it. And men, I'm looking at you. It's time to start talking about what's going on inside so your partner can understand what you're going through. 6 is listening. There is a difference between hearing and listening. Listening is rooted in presence. Number 7 is presence. You need to be present both with yourself and within your relationship to give you and your partner the best opportunity at building an unbreakable bond. Go ahead and share this video with your partner, and if you want me to make a video on how to build each of these values.
Welcome back. Yes, so one thing I picked from that video is this now. I know in this part of the world, I think we listen to respond. We do not listen to hear people. Can you expatiate on that, sir?
that is it. We don't listen to understand, we listen to defend ourselves. As a matter of fact, if you are talking and I cut you in, I've not been listening to you. If you are talking and as you are landing, I've not been listening. So number 1 thing is that I must understand you first before I will respond. Okay? So, and again, I want to say that if we are talking and I believe that I'm right, I don't have to, it will result, I should know that I don't know it all. I have to learn from everybody, anybody around me. So until you get to that level of maturity where you will be willing to learn from anybody, no matter who the person is. I read something that there's one organization, their lift was becoming too small for them, and we are thinking, how are we going to expand this? Are we going to shut down the, there are a lot of, they have many offices, blah, blah. As they were talking, deliberating, one janitor said, build another one and attach it to the, they said, they've never built a lift outside a building before. The other engineer said, what are you talking about? Let's build it now. Let's be the first to do that. And then they built, from then, people began to, you can build a lift, attach it. So what am I trying to say? The person that brought the idea wasn't a professional. Like they say, when professionals gathered and said that it's impossible for a metal to fly, those who were not professionals, they stuck to their dream, and a plane came out from a bicycle workshop. So you have to learn from anybody. The person may not be a professional. The person may be junior to you. So when I think I know it all, when I think that, what are you going to tell me? So that is when, as you are talking, I'll be preparing to respond. I'm not listening. So we should listen to understand before we respond, not to defend myself. Do you understand? Not to defend who I am. It is me, It is
me, that's the way I am.
Yeah.
So it's either you take me the way I am, or you just...
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I could be wrong.
But that's the way I am. You either love all of me, or you cannot love part of me. No, but that's what they say.
Yeah.
Well, he's wrong. Like he said, I agree. When in communication goes beyond words. There are ways you say something, but what you're saying is not even the meaning you're giving to it. Let me give you an example. So I give this classical example all the time. Growing up, our mothers are very funny. So they might ask you, go and wash this cup for me. When you are done, come and tell me. And so when you are done, you're not going to meet them that, Mommy, where will I keep the cup? They'll say,
On my head.
on my head. Will you put it on their head? But that's the meaning of the word. But you know that if you try it that day, you're not going to feel.
You're done for.
So, but you know that some people carry that same mentality into relationship. For example, I'm having a bad day at work, and I come to you and I'm like, I'm fed up with that work. I no longer want to go to that work again. And you would now tell me, as my husband, that, okay, the next day I'm now preparing for work. You now say, are you not the one that say you are fed up of work? Where are you now going to? Was he really listening to me to understand me? There are times I'm upset and I'm just venting. It doesn't really mean that I mean those things that I'm saying, And that's where I would want to make reference to Wizkid and Sheung. Sheung has been, going off on him for about 7 days now, and his fan base. You don't have control on the way somebody will love another person. You cannot control a fan base and tell them how to love their icon. You can't tell them, okay, God, look at what the angel said in the Bible. Who is man that you are mindful? Because the way God places us, that is love.
They even place us above the angels.
When you love somebody, you can't tell the person how to treat it. If I love my man and I call him Odogu, who you be to tell me not to call him Odogu? If I call him the greatest of all time, that since I've been in this world, I've never seen somebody like my man. Who are you to correct me? It is me. I'll call him. So if the fans should call him greatest of all time, you have no right to come for the fans, and you have no right to come for him himself. It doesn't stop your father from being great. Two people can be equally great. Do you understand? It doesn't stop either party. If I have children and they tell me I love daddy, I no go vex. I'm even happy that you love one of us.
At least.
Do you get? I'm not going to say, no, I'm the best. Do you know how your daddy used to be? I'll not be bringing my husband down because they love. No, it's wrong. Do you understand? So now, in anger, Wizkid says, okay, I big pass your papa. What thing you want to do? And people are now coming for whiskey that no matter what, you should not have reacted. I said, can't you guys read the room? The guy has not said I'm bigger than your father. He's saying, okay, because you don't dey rant since, I dey ignore you. Okay, now I won't make you go kill yourself. I big past your papa.
What do you want
What
to
do
do?
you want to do? There is a context to that talk. Do you understand? Don't isolate it and say, you've been waiting to come at Whiskey. Open your chest and say you don't like the boy. I don't know why they don't like the boy. Me, I'm not really a fan. But, do you know, let's say what is right. Do you understand? So that's the issue. People don't communicate to understand. They just wait to attack.
Okay, now, based on that now, so how do we get, because from what I'm saying, from the whole thing, I followed the trend and I laughed. And I just looked at it. See, you can have IQ, but without an equivalent EQ. You can have the intelligent quotient, but without an equivalent emotional quotient, you are still as dumb as anything.
Yes.
Because you might be book smart, but if you do not understand when to say, how to say, where, that's where the emotional intelligence comes in. You read the room, read the context, and like, okay, this thing I'm about to say, what's going to happen? Before I drop, you know, you might just think you are starting one communal clash now. You drop one small grenade, and somebody will bring nuclear bomb and come and destroy the whole place. But now you cannot control how people should retaliate or how they should feel, because one of the greatest gifts God has given man is a gift of choice. Right? And in so doing, that you know what it is for you to create somebody and still give him choice that if you like, follow me. If you like, no follow me. That's one. It's your problem. You give them. It's even that crazy that even in the books, in the holy books, it said, choose this day, life or death. Like, if you like, follow whatever it says, pick. Now, that is my grouse with the whole thing. This now, that even yes, people would want to target a bad person because you have your own value system. Now, it takes me to the next question: how can people create value systems? What values can they hold there? How can they discover them, or how do they even create or pick them? Would we say from society? Because if it's from society, the current society now is very toxic. So is there any value to pick from the current toxic people that they just go at each other, go at everybody, drag their grandfather's mate like tiger generator? Or I would say, where would we say religious? Okay, we'd say, from the religious aspect now. Now we also have people going into the religious and bastardizing it. You see, these days, I think there was a cleric who came and said one musician was going to die, and then the musician did not die, and then they started chasing after, you know. So now, that place also has been compromised. So where can men now draw inspiration for values that will guide them?
I would say that God created families for this purpose, okay? Families. God created that a man should leave his father and his mother, be with a woman, so that they would build up their children. That's number one. Number two, you can't rule away spirituality. We know that there's always fake. You know, I will also say the spiritual aspect. From our religion, you know, as a Christian, I should draw values from the Bible, from the Word of God. Okay, the Word of God. Then my parents, or as a parent now, I need to teach my children my value. I'm not just going to tell them. They say that children do what they see, much more than what they were told to do. So I should set example. I should live the life I want my child. In fact, I'm raising my son so that his wife will appreciate me. That's what I'm telling. I say, do your job so that that lady will come and say, Daddy, thank you so much. You know? And also, I'm raising my daughter in such a way that the guy will be lucky indeed. So I think, you know.
But what if the family fails?
Yeah, because the society has collapsed now because it's so bad now that because a whole lot of
there was
people are
one
bailed
video
out
that
on their
circulated recently of a school where the teacher, I think, flogged the child, and the mother and the father went to the school. They beat up the teacher in the presence of the boy and also other children. The case is in court right now. The parents have been sued to court, you know. But what I'm saying is, when the family structure, obviously those ones don't even have morals.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you want to have an altercation, go into the principal's office, chase the son out of the office, have it with the principal.
With the principal, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
It's not, you see, this value system, that's why this society is like this. We, in our generation, they could still train us with do as I say, not as I do. You will see parents or fathers who would smoke and the children will end up still good in our generation. But in this generation, you smoke, I smoke. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They will look at what you're doing and emulate what you are doing. So it is not enough. When the family structure fails, what do we do? I think everybody, to your turn to ye Israel, develop your own values for yourself now.
Yeah.
Don't begin to say, my parents did not train me. And my parents, it won't save you when the consequences will come. So you begin to have to, okay, what do I want for myself? Self-discovery.
Okay.
Self-awareness. What do I want? Okay, this is what I want. I want to be a good person in a relationship. Okay, so what do I need to learn to be good? Okay, I need to learn to present my words. I need to learn to be kind. I need to learn to be empathetic.
Yes.
I need to be patient. I need to respect
Respectful.
people. You understand?
Yeah.
So you begin to learn these things. It's not easy. I don't think there is anybody that you born with these things. We are all taught.
No.
So if you did not learn it when you were growing up, now is the time as an adult to learn it. Shikena.
We're going on a short break, but before then, I want to ask the question, so we'll come back from the break, you would answer it. So, these value systems now, how can men learn to create them, depend on them, and then get their children? Because now the thing is, you don't force things on people, you encourage them. So how can we get to encourage them to subscribe to this set of values? Well, you answer that after the break, sir.
I think great relationships are based on what I call 3+1. You have to have intellectual compatibility, which is you teach and learn. You have to have emotional compatibility, where you're showing up to grow together, right? You can find vulnerability and hold space for each other. You have to have sexual compatibility, and you can have a good relationship with 1.5 or 2 of those, but you can't have a great relationship without 3.
Yes.
Because they're not all on high at the same time. They go up and down, and they wax and wane, and so you need the others to hold the others up when one is down. You can have a ton of fun with 1 or 2 of them, but great requires all 3. And the +1 is circumstances.
Like timing, location.
All right, welcome back. So we're looking at timing, location, Yes, good. Now, but I want you to continue with that question I had asked before the break.
Well, I want to say that, like what was said before during the break, you have to first, you have to encourage.
As a father.
As a father, yes. Okay, there is the forcing, the encouraging. Now, for instance, I try to make, let's say, reading the Bible to be fun, in the morning. I don't make it long. Our morning devotion, I make it very brief so that they don't get boring, and I make everything short. So you try to look for a way to make it appetizing, if I may use that word, what you want to sell to them. And you also add reward to it. Okay, once they do something, you reward them. It will help them, If I discover that, this thing that I sold to you, you bought it and you imbibe it, I will reward you. And I will let you know that it's because of this. That is why you are getting this reward, I think,
Okay. Will they know so because of that reward now, they will play to the gallery to please you, and then they will elsewhere. There are cases we've had where
Double standard
the
life.
children, you see them at home, they will wear Mary Amaka, and then you just go, you find them in the club like this, you're like, what is happening here? Yeah. You even find them in certain places and you're wondering, why? How did this person get to this circle?
Yeah.
Because these are people that when you find them with their parents, they never look like people that will ever be in the other circle.
You don't shout your child down or try to be dogmatic. That is where the problem comes. If you come with if this is the value I have, okay, and you come, I will explain to you, I will sell it to you, you will buy it, okay, and once you get it, you will hold on to it. Do you understand?
But there are cases where the children would not even, they would tell you that they don't like this lifestyle that you are offering.
It's boring. It's your own time. It's in your own time. They are not.
In that case, I don't think there is anything much we can do other than to pray for them.
Okay.
Okay, because there are some children, you apply force, it won't work. You apply tact, it won't work. You would apply diplomacy, it won't work. They've just made up their mind.
They have coconut head.
So in those situations, I have experienced it.
Not coconut head, but their personality. I don't want to, you know, I will say their personality.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And that is why you must know your child's temperament, her personality. Do you understand? If you have a certain child, you don't just try to force something down his or her throat.
Sir, there are some children, I'm telling you, me, first-hand experience. There are some children you will try everything, work, it won't work. Okay. Those ones, just hand them over to God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Because there are some that some children, once you look at them like this and you do like this, they will adjust. Some you carry the rod, some you discipline them and say no TV time for you. They'll start crying and say, Mom, Dad, please forgive me. There are some, they say, to hell with your TV time. I'll be like, in my house, come here, I'm going to flog you. You will flog them. They will even tell you, is that all? Is that all? Will you kill them? I think that's the mistake some parents make. They still go ahead to want to force. Just pull back and relax so that you don't lose that child totally.
All right. So in 1 minute, sir, what would you advise the men out there to do about on their values?
What I will advise the men out there is, number one, I have to improve myself. I have to constantly improve myself. And I have to live what I want people to, to do to me. That's the kind of life, whether my colleagues or my children, I have to live that life,
Thank you. And
for me, it's basically the same thing. But I also want to add that you can be good without being naive or without being unduly taken advantage of. So we should not see having good values as somebody being foolish. Oh, more money. You can be good and be strict. You can learn to say no when it doesn't suit you. Don't be a walkover because you want to be good. I think that's hypocrisy. That's being unnecessarily nice. Okay, it's not convenient for me. I say yes, then I now go into my room and be. No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Right. It's been a wonderful episode, and I have learned. I hope you've learned. And until we meet next time, keep watching this program, and please follow us on Dominion Podcast on all platforms. Yes, please like, share, comment. Yeah, give us your feedback. Have a wonderful evening.